Probably it seems crazy, but obesity has saved my life. Because passionating to this disease has marked the way for my care. A double life lived in a half life, with 136 kilos. Today I am the president of Amici, Obesi non-profit, that in English is Friend Obesis. And today I look for every opportunity, every chance to break the silence about the disease. Today I try to tell through my experience that what it really means to be obese and not lazy or responsible of obesity, because we cannot be guilty of a disease, and this I will never stop talking. I think that speaking of obesity is a job for too much people, and the most of them understands nothing about obesity. And now I would like to come to the theme of this intervention. I would like to start with my personal experience. Years ago, a journalist has told me that he could have published articles on my association and on the real problem of the obeses if there had been a chilling new case about an obese to connect with, a case of death, if possible. Mass media are important sources of information on obesity and deeply influence people's understandings and attitudes towards this important health problem. Unfortunately, studies have found that the media often describe people with obesity in a negative way, and that information is often reported in ways that increase stigma against people who have a weight in excess. There is a study by Rad Center for Food Policy and Obesity aimed to ensuring that all people, regardless of their body weight, are fairly and accurately represented by mass media. The aim is to provide journalists to describe topics related to obesity, avoiding stigma and worsening representation of obesity individuals. These guidelines are aimed at all media professionals, such as press, television and radio journalists, and entertainment program leaders, bloggers, and all the internet. I think that is possible enunciating few and essential concepts. Use proper language and terminology. Consider carefully when describing body weight is the terminology and the language used might be offensive to people with obesity, and how avoiding potentially using adjective, words or adverbs to describe people with obesity, and also a language that involves moral judgments or weaknesses in the character of the population. Use proper images and video. Avoid using photographs and videos that put an emphasis on overweight people or focus on the same part of the body as abdomen, or images and videos depicting people with obesity that adopt stereotyped behaviors. For example, eat smoothed. Instead, select appropriated pictures that portray obese people that challenge weight-based stereotypes, for example, eating healthy foods, doing physical activity, performing a different way of lifestyle. Mass media play a key role in perceiving the population, not only of obesity in general, but of people affected by it. Providing accurate information of obesity can help reduce prejudice against obesity and indirectly improve the quality of the many people affected. When describing the causes of excess weight, obesity is a condition resulting from the complex interaction of genetic, biological, environmental, educational, economic and individual factors, as evidenced by current scientific research. Very often together, however, mass media, when addressing the cause of obesity, place excessive emphasis to the individual's responsibility, ignoring the sometimes decisive role of the real problems. Let's say, when describing obesity treatments, but the solutions are complex, and in our current state of knowledge we can only cure obesity but not have a successful solution. In Italy, the report is not very sensitive because obesity isn't recognized as a disease, and I think that media, understanding the real causes of obesity and the sense of shame of obesity, could help, but instead hinders. I would like to open a parenthesis on bariatric surgery. I think that after many failing dietary attempts, is the case to resort to this surgery, because probably is the only way to save our life. People who come to bariatric surgery aren't people looking for a shortcut, but and it's necessary to inform the obese to the possibility of surgery while right notice. But the media, when mortal cases happen, often report titles like "Dead to wear bikini" instead of "Dead in an attempt to save a life." They would be sure that news, articles and information about obesity are supported by scientific-based research.